13 years. That's how long it's been since Skyrim changed gaming forever. Since then, we've seen entire franchises rise and fall, open world RPGs evolve beyond recognition, and yet one question remains. Can The Elder Scrolls 6 possibly live up to the impossible expectations we've built for it? The longer we wait, the bigger Skyrim's shadow grows. Will Bethesda deliver another masterpiece, or are we chasing a dream that no game could ever fulfill? To understand why The Elder Scrolls 6 carries such an enormous burden, we need to look back to where this journey began. The Elder Scrolls franchise started in 1994 with Arena, a sprawling open-world RPG that introduced players to the high fantasy land of Tamriel. Each subsequent game, Daggerfall, Morrowind, and Oblivion, pushed boundaries in an open-world design, storytelling, and player freedom. But then came Skyrim in 2011, and everything changed. Bethesda took everything great about its predecessors and refined it into an experience so immersive and expansive that it became a cultural phenomenon. More than just a game, Skyrim became a household name, defining what an open-world RPG could be. It has now been over 13 years since Skyrim first released. During this time, Bethesda has released Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 and dedicated enormous resources to Starfield. The Elder Scrolls 6 was officially announced in 2018 with nothing more than a brief teaser. No gameplay, no details, just a distant horizon and a name. Since then, information has been sparse, with Bethesda confirming that the game is still in pre-production as recently as 2023. Rumors suggest that The Elder Scrolls 6 will take place in Hammerfell or High Rock, regions filled with desert landscapes, ancient ruins, and political intrigue. Some speculate that the game may focus on the aftermath of the Empire's weakening grip on Tamriel, potentially following up on themes established in Skyrim. Others believe it may introduce new factions, deeper political systems, and a more immersive AI system to create a living, breathing world unlike anything Bethesda has done before. The long development cycle has only fueled anticipation. Unlike previous entries, The Elder Scrolls 6 will be released in an era where gaming expectations have changed dramatically. Modern players expect vast, seamless worlds with dynamic AI, photorealistic graphics, and deep, reactive storytelling. Bethesda has promised that The Elder Scrolls 6 will be built on next-gen engine, but with no concrete details, speculations run wild. And with speculations come the inevitable rise in expectation. To understand why expectations are so high, we need to analyze why Skyrim is considered one of the greatest games of all time. Skyrim wasn't just a game, it was an experience. Its world felt alive. Snow-capped mountains, dense forests, and ancient ruins whispered their own stories. Players weren't just following a questline, they were creating their own legend, deciding who they wanted to be in the world that reacted to their choices. Me personally, I have restarted this game like 5 times, averaging 100 hours per playthrough, and I never get tired of it. Skyrim takes place in the northern province of Tamriel, a land filled with Norse-inspired culture, ancient dragons, and civil war between the Empire and the Stormcloaks. The main story revolves around the Dragonborn, a prophesized hero destined to stop Alduin, the World Eater, from bringing about the end of the world. The game's non-linear structure allows players to ignore the main questline entirely, forging their own paths as warriors, mages, assassins, or anything in between. The game's modding community played a massive role in keeping it alive, allowing Skyrim to evolve and remain relevant even after more than a decade. From graphical overhauls to full-fledged expansions created by players, Skyrim became more than just a Bethesda game. It became a platform for infinite storytelling. It wasn't just hardcore RPG fans who loved Skyrim, it reached casual gamers, streamers, and even people who have never played an RPG before. Few games can claim such a widespread cultural impact. Its excellence was also recognized across the gaming industry, winning multiple Game of the Year awards, including from the Developer Choice Awards and BAFTA. It also set records, becoming one of the best-selling video games of all time, with over 60 million copies sold. With such an enormous legacy, it's no wonder that the expectations for The Elder Scrolls 6 are astronomically high. Every year that passes without Elder Scrolls 6 information raises the bar higher. Gamers aren't just expecting an upgrade, they're expecting a whole revolution. The industry has seen open world games evolve dramatically since 2011. Titles like The Witcher 3, Breath of the Wild, and Red Dead Redemption 2 have redefined what immersive worlds can be. If The Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't innovate, it risks feeling outdated before it even launches. Bethesda's track record is also under scrutiny. While Skyrim was beloved, Fallout 76 was a disaster at launch, raising concerns about Bethesda's ability to handle large-scale RPGs in the modern era. Fans want reassurance that The Elder Scrolls 6 won't suffer from rushed development, technical issues, or lackluster writing. So here's the question: is it even possible for The Elder Scrolls 6 to meet the expectations placed upon it, or have we, as fans, set an impossible standard? The longer we wait, the more The Elder Scrolls 6 becomes an idea rather than a game, a vision of perfection that no real product could ever satisfy. But perhaps that's the beauty of it. Maybe The Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't need to be Skyrim 2.0. Maybe it just needs to be its own legend, ready to redefine RPGs all over again. One thing is certain though, whenever it finally arrives, The Elder Scrolls 6 won't be just a game, it will be an event. The question is, will it be worth the wait, or should we have waited even longer? Only time will tell.